Three wise men of wrestling, drinking Guinness from a little old tin. Three wise men of wrestling.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Three Wise Men of Wrestling, brand new wrestling podcast coming straight to you from Scotland, the home of wrestling.
Quite a claim, quite a claim to start with.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Yeah,
we're the home of wrestling.
Home of wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to think so anyway, you know. And with me today, I have good old JR, James Ritchie.
Hello.
We have on the questions, David Hershaw.
Hello.
And myself, Bubba K. Brannan, Kieran.
Okay, bro.
Very good. Very
good. You are welcomed to our very first shot at podcasting. Dave's going to ask us some questions.
We've basically ripped off the Radio 5 live show fighting talk and made it about wrestling. So we got some questions, we got some reaction, got some fantasy booking type questions that we'll be firing. A lot of reaction to the Wrestle Kingdom 12 show.
Yep. Wrestle Kingdom!
Which was pretty fantastic.
It was.
I don't know, what was your kind of general take on it?
Stiff knees.
Stiff knees. Oh, Jericho's knees. Best knees in the business.
Best knees in the business. To be fair, he did give quite a stiff code breaker at one point.
He did. Omega sells the code breaker quite well.
Yeah,
I like his selling of it. I was when I was watching it, I was like, there's a lot of these moves that are never going to be allowed in WWE.
Will Ospreay springs to mind on that.
Will Ospreay.
There's also a lot of pile drivers. Shots to the head with the chairs as well.
The other thing,
you didn't see that with your band, obviously.
The other thing that always pops in my head when I'm thinking about New Japan though is how well they do cruiserweights compared to WWE.
Well, they have proper weight classes. Yeah, they take them seriously.
The juniors, don't they?
Yeah, well, I mean the juniors are their cruiserweights, but when you look at that compared to what WWE tried to do with cruiserweights, it just doesn't work. And everybody says, "Oh, it's because the main roster they're doing flippy stuff as well." Seth Rollins is doing a suicide dive, and that's what cruiserweights are supposed to do. But that's exactly what happens in New Japan.
Yeah, I think it's nothing to do with the rest of the roster. It's just how seriously they take it. It's it's a legit sporting division, really, isn't it? In New Japan. But listeners will probably be picking up that we are probably more familiar with WWE than we are with New Japan.
Yes, we are.
That was my first proper taste of New Japan, I think.
Really?
Watching that Wrestle Kingdom 12.
I watched last year's Wrestle Kingdom and I watched the Okada kind of best of three series, which was fantastic. The Dave Meltzer 6-star shenanigans.
6-star, yeah.
6.25 star.
Just Dave Meltzer just throwing out stars like cash in a strip club.
Yep.
But other than that...
Which I can understand. I thought the matches were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially the one at the last Wrestle Kingdom. That was a 45 minute match.
Yeah.
And all the way through.
And then after it, the 60-minute match.
Aye.
Where they just basically fought each other to a draw.
Yep.
Yeah, which is... It's so different to what we're used to watching, the WWE style. And even British wrestling's kind of influenced a lot by WWE now. Even though it's different, it's not the kind of British wrestling fault. Oh, there is the comedy... bird clock that I forgot to turn off.
Is this going to keep?
We all know what that sound.
Random noise interruption.
We all know what that sound means. You win a prize.
Just to explain to listeners, we're recording this in my mum and dad's house, and my dad's wedding anniversary present to my mum this year was a novelty clock that plays a different bird noise on the hour every hour. So that's what. I wonder what will happen at the next hour. Let's find out. It could be a tawny owl. It could be a shellfish. Anyway, shall we get on to the questions?
Let's go.
Let's go for it. So, question number 1, very relevant to what we were just talking about. If Chris Jericho returns to WWE in time for WrestleMania, which looks like it might not be as likely as it once was,
seems like he's staying in Japan.
Like he's staying in Japan. But if he does make it back for WrestleMania, who should he face on the grandest stage of them all? Kieran, I'm going to start with you for this one.
I have 2 thoughts. My first one, Finn Balor, because I feel like he should go against Finn Balor. Finn Balor supported by the club, because he seems to be back together with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So maybe that could be like, I can't defeat the Japanese Bullet Club, but hey, I'm going to come back to my home turf and defeat our incarnation of the Bullet Club.
That's pretty good. Do you think WWE are actually going to roll with this Finn Balor,
Well,
Gallows, Anderson?
they sent out a message on the UK WWE page
Right.
where it literally called them the Bullet Club.
Right.
So
okay.
the Young Bucks have sent a cease and desist order to WWE in reaction.
That's brilliant.
But,
No, just because when I watched Raw last week, I was like, this is awesome, but it was such a throwaway match
Yeah.
that I was like,
know.
are they just doing this for the cheap pop on Raw?
It did seem a bit like we don't really have anything to do with either of them. Let's throw them together.
And
I thought it was more to do with the fact we don't have the Shield right now. Dean Ambrose is out.
Yeah,
We
that's
need
true.
another classic threesome to fill this hole that we were going to use the Shield for.
Could be.
Could be.
But my other one was Chris Jericho has just proven himself to be one of the biggest stars in the world right now, if not the biggest star across the entire two sets of what you call wrestling, I guess, because WWE is your mainstream, then New Japan is your next level down, I guess, before then you get to Ring of Honor. But Jericho's just showing
Just
how big he
completely
can
ignore
be.
Impact. Impact doesn't even exist.
Well,
Just write them off.
well, look, there's one thing that the Impact have got to go for themselves, and that is Moose.
Anyway, continue.
But so he's shown himself that he is still at 47 one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
Give him a title shot. Put him against AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again.
Because it's the same sort of idea as I couldn't beat your New Japan counterpart,
Yeah.
but I bet he could beat you. It reignites that Y2AJ feud that they had last year. There is still bad blood between that. After Jericho did defeat AJ in the grandest stage of them all, could this be redemption for AJ to give him his win at WrestleMania he didn't get against Jericho?
There you go. Because that would be a rematch. They went on too early that year, didn't they?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. Was it 2 years?
It'll be
3
2 years
ago?
now.
2 years.
Yeah.
That was that could have been, and the fact that Y2J won it, and you didn't know that AJ was going to go on at that point and
Yeah.
become a champion. It was quite a strange one. But okay, if I had to push you on those two options, because you've given two answers, so you might end up getting minus a point here, because the points really matter in this podcast.
Points me
If I had
priceless.
to push you, which one of those two options would you go for?
Just because I know that before he left, he was signed to SmackDown, I would go for AJ, and I'd just like to see one last Y2J title run before he hangs out the towel. He is 47. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell it after that match against Omega.
47? I thought it was 49.
It's 47 now.
47, I think.
Wow.
It's on his Twitter bio, 47 years of awesomeness,
There you
something
go.
like that.
Yeah.
But
I think he's Wikipedia also claims that he's 6 foot tall, which is nonsense as well, though. So he's probably about 55.
yeah. So I think give him his last title run, put it against AJ. That could just everybody's already saying AJ cemented as one of the greatest talents in the world right now, but this could cement AJ as a Hall of Famer in WWE.
Facing Chris Jericho.
But yeah, I think he could.
Well, this
Chris
is a different Chris Jericho now. I think that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
almost
he is a proper heel. He's not just a bad guy. He's a heel.
in the last month. He's kind of. It's like another career-defining moment, really, isn't it, for him? It's he's one of the biggest in the world now.
He does keep reinventing himself, so it's amazing how he does it.
Yeah, and he's got the last two reinventions have been better. Like
Yeah.
I know.
the friend thing, best friends thing.
Oh,
Owens.
with the festival of friendship
and
to
the list of
culminate.
Jericho, and then this. So anyway, on to good old JR.
Yep. Well, I also thought Finn Balor, to be honest with you, for the same reasons.
Steal his answer.
It's,
Steal the points.
No, he's really in a tough spot right now, Finn Balor. I think they don't know what to do with him, so I think a good feud with Y2J coming back would be really good. I also had Bobby Roode, because he's the same. I think he's going to win the US Championship in the tournament.
He would look good with that belt.
He would
He
look
seems
good
like
with
a
it.
US champion,
yeah.
doesn't he?
So to him, then for Y2J, I agree. He needs I think he needs a title match. Y2J when he comes back, he's proved himself to be in that position. So I think Bobby Roode, who again, he's came into SmackDown, but he's never really had that moment. I think he's
not really done anything wrong other than one horrendous promo that I remember that just
Yeah.
went completely wrong.
not done anything wrong, but
It's because they
Yeah,
brought him up as a face.
It's strange that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like they've went, oh, the song's popular, let's bring him up as a face. He's
Yeah.
such a good heel.
He's not, because that's what he was like. Talk about like TNA and Impact. All those years there with beer money and stuff like that, he was a heel.
Beer Money were really good.
Yeah,
That series they had with the Motor City Machine Guns was superb. But, yeah, well, that'd be another all Canadian, like the Omega match.
Yeah.
Kind of all Canadian match. That'd be interesting.
that would definitely be my pick, I think.
Bobby Roode. Well, I think I will judge that on. Since you both said Finn Balor, I think I might judge that on AJ versus Bobby Roode. Which I'm going to give it to JR just on the fact I hadn't thought of Bobby Roode, and we've already seen AJ versus Jericho.
Yeah.
So Bobby Roode would be.
It's something new.
He could take him. He could do the same job as what he did with AJ a couple of years ago, and push Roode to the to the top.
Yep.
All right.
It's fine. I'll succeed this time. It's fine.
That's 1-0 to good old JR. I can see the comments of the 10 people listening to this are already furious with the scoring system. This is a sham. Alright, okay.
My God, they're giving it a room.
Should take the same sort of scoring system they had in Mock the Week, where I just went to anybody that they picked that week.
Exactly, and the points go to. Once I edit this down, it'll be very similar.
And the points go to Kevin Andy.
Right, okay, question 2. We're still on the Wrestle Kingdom 12 theme here, and I'm going to go to James first this time. Ooh. So, only including the current WWE roster, so no returning Y2Js, Batistas or James Ellsworths. What 4 main event matches should WWE book to make WrestleMania better than Wrestle Kingdom 12?
That's already going to be pretty difficult.
It's an impossible task.
Yeah.
Especially when they're already trying to make it better than whatever NXT TakeOver's been the night before it.
But I'm thinking this specifically on the matches, so just the match quality. And what can be done between now and then. So I've said 4 matches. The 4 matches I picked out from Wrestle Kingdom 12 were Kota Ibushi versus Cody, the Will Ospreay 4-way match, which was amazing.
Yep.
Omega Y2J, obviously, and Okada and Naito, the main event. So can you beat those 4 matches?
Just for like starters, I know you're going to give your answer, but I just need to say, what's going on with Cody Rhodes right now?
He's so good.
Like, apparently he's dyed his hair for an upcoming movie role, from what I've heard.
Is that what it was? He looked very Dusty Rhodes when he came out.
I feel like he's doing something like, we've had, dashing, undashing.
Yeah.
I feel we're going to get unhinged.
You know what?
He seems to be not breaking, he's not broken, if you know what I mean, but he seems to be going a bit.
He is mad.
Yeah.
And I think Brandy Rhodes works perfectly. It's that kind of manager Valley role. It's fantastic.
I mean, the way she just dropped at Wrestle Kingdom and lay there made I'm sorry, these Japanese names
Kota
are new to me.
Ibushi.
These Japanese names.
No, that was just because they're new. I don't. They're
One episode will have they'll be accusing us of racism. Well, no. Right.
No, I mean, his match against Ibushi, he felt really bad. You can see that he felt really guilty for knocking out Brandy Rhodes inside.
A lot of people know criticising that match because they thought Cody Rhodes wasn't a big enough opponent for Kota.
They were saying that from last year.
Yeah, Cody came in and he went right into a pretty prime slot, which is unusual. But what they've done brilliantly is built the whole character around that, and what he's done brilliantly is delivered every single time. So you can't. It's a bit like 10 years ago, everyone criticised the Miz. Because everyone was like, why is he getting that slot? Why is he the headliner of WrestleMania?
And at the time, I would have agreed with him.
Yeah, but you look back now and you go, actually, he always delivers. He's a good heel, Cody's obviously much better in the ring than the Miz, but it's superb. Anyway, James, your 4 matches.
So, AJ Styles versus Nakamura, I think is my first one.
For the belt, then, or?
For the WWE Championship.
That's brilliant.
Because
I'm already on side with this.
Yeah, because the booking for Nakamura has been pretty horrendous since he's came up, I think. And a match with AJ, who makes any match phenomenal.
Like what you did.
That's just good.
I just think that will elevate Nakamura because he really needs it right now. I think. And they two can go in the ring. I think a fantastic.
Who would you put over though? Who would you give the belt to?
That's a big shout.
That's a big shout.
AJ can take the loss,
He can.
but
But is
Does he
Nakamura
deserve it?
built
Well,
right now
that's
for a
it.
belt, for a title run?
I think I would give it to Nakamura. I think
he needs it.
I
more.
think he needs it.
I wouldn't give it to him then. I would wait till
A rematch.
a
SummerSlam
rematch scenario,
or something.
a SummerSlam situation. But maybe not as far away.
See, if it was New Japan, that long-term booking works.
Yeah, but not for
Aye.
WWE. It doesn't work.
Booking changes every week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So in my mind, he wouldn't take it then. He would, like, if you had those two together, Nakamura wouldn't take it on WrestleMania. He would take it in SummerSlam after months of a build-up. But at the same time, that is 6 months. That's
Yeah,
another six. That's like another 5 pay-per-views. What do you do to keep those fresh in WWE?
I think there's a big story to be told there, but the other key element of that is who's the heel, or is it a face versus face match, and then the rest of the program going off the back of it is one of them turns heel.
I'd push Nakamura heel.
Would you?
I
would. I mean, it's hard to turn AJ Styles heel.
I would turn.
He can do it, but
He can do it.
he'll get
He's
cheered
not-
anyway.
Yeah, I'd push Nakamura heel there, mainly because that reason no one's going to boo AJ Styles.
In which case, I think AJ taking the loss makes more sense because you push it face versus face to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and then Nakamura does something that turns him heel,
Yeah,
and then you've got the program coming out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's probably your best bet.
that'd work, aye.
Anyway,
So
so match number 1
So
went down
match-
well. Match number 2.
Right, so match number 2. So I thought, well, Brock Lesnar has to be in a match. So it took me a while to think about this one, but I think Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, but I didn't think that would be a very good match, so I threw Samoa Joe in there as well
As a 3-way.
as a 3-way. Yeah,
So
The
kind of
key- the
similar
key-
what they're doing with the
The-
Rumble.
the-
but-
it's similar, but I think Brock versus Braun.
We've saw it as well.
We've
We have
saw
seen
it
it.
already, but even at the same time, it's not going to be a very interesting match. Brock's going to use these normal suplexes, Braun's power moves. So I think throwing Samoa Joe in there,
Sorry,
Joe is superb at the
He's-
moment as well.
brilliant.
He is
I'm loving
that
Samoa Joe.
that
right
promo with Renee Young.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 promos with Renee Young
Mhm.
are so good.
Aye. now.
He deserves
and
something.
His wrestling ability. I think I'll just throw something else into the match that'll make it a bit more entertaining. I don't know who would go over in that though. Probably Braun.
I think
think
this
he
is Braun's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
it's
And
got to be Braun's WrestleMania.
I think I don't know how, but he is the most over guy imaginable.
Yep.
I mean, if you take a look at him when he first appeared as part of the Wyatt family
That's been
to now.
I like him a lot. I'm going to say I don't know how. I'm not slagging Braun Strowman off.
Yeah.
But Stroganoff, did I say that?
Braun Strowman.
No, I think it's just amazing how quickly that's happened. And
Yeah.
how over he is.
It's
How
an
fun
example
it
of who
is.
they've actually booked him correctly. Somebody correctly.
Other than maybe that match against Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
you know, like
It wasn't
after
so
185.
It wasn't so
It was
much
1F.
the result. To me, it was that match came too soon.
Yeah,
Braun versus Brock at WrestleMania would have been great, but
Yep.
we've seen it.
we've
you
seen
know.
it. Aye.
Yeah.
That's
Really
why I
recent.
think I had to put Samoa Joe in there, 'cause it's something we've already seen.
Cool.
Yeah, Braun.
And match number 3.
Match number 3. I don't know how this one will come about, but I've put Reigns v Cena. I think we've already seen it once, but I think if that's a WrestleMania match, I think if you give them time in that one,
I could see Cena making
for
that.
no title, obviously.
Cena could make that
Yeah,
match seem massive.
Yeah.
In the promos before
yeah,
it,
exactly.
and that's what we're.
They had a
Will
good
that be his
promos.
last match, though? Would you book that as Cena's last match?
I wouldn't book it as his last match.
No?
No.
You're not
I
going
mean,
to
I
let
could
Roman
see-
Reigns retire
I could see
another
the sort
person.
of, I could see the sort of Cena passing the torch to Reigns, although he doesn't really the torch past him at this point. But
Cena's surely got another title.
yeah,
run.
I
Because
I-
they-
I-
they-
I- has to
reckon
put another
he
title
is-
on
he
him.
is
So he-
going to get the run.
he surely can't be finished yet. you
Which
know.
I'm worried is what AJ Styles' WrestleMania prospects look like. Is John Cena.
To be honest, I kind of feel for AJ that way, but at the same time, AJ versus Cena's always delivered.
Yeah.
So
But we've seen it 3 times.
Does that mean
Yeah.
that Cena wins the Rumble then? Because that would be pretty terrible.
surprise comeback.
Yeah.
kinda. Well, he's not even a surprise because
Well, no,
he's
announced
always
it,
in
hasn't
it.
he? Yeah, and he's announced it. But I think the Rumble this year. We'll come to that, but I think the Rumble this year's got so many options that it doesn't need to be a Cena. Cena's already going to be in a big match at WrestleMania, And the only reason he won't be is if he's doing if he's going away to do another movie.
Yeah.
So they just put him against someone for the sake of it. But all right. So Reigns versus Cena, which picks up on the feud from earlier in the year. And are you thinking the promos and everything?
I think the promos for No Mercy was that was their last match. I think that was
so realistic.
They
really felt.
And then I reckon they can sort of continue that for a big build up to WrestleMania. I reckon that'll
especially
be a good match.
if Reigns comes in with the see, I saw you ran away to Hollywood again, just like I said you would, kind of thing like that.
Aye.
Because that's what Cena's come back to. That always is like, I bleed WWE. I am the leader of the C Nation. I am not a part-time.
when did Cena become Sergeant Slaughter?
Well, he's never been promoted from that military private, really, has he? So I guess Sergeant's on his way.
That was one of the worst impressions I've ever heard. Right, match number 4.
Right, match number 4. I'm hanging between two options in here. One's a bit of an outside one that would hang, but I've got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins.
It's a good match.
I reckon that match will be pretty phenomenal. Maybe for the Intercontinental title, if they hear that off of Reigns at that point.
That would be a great Intercontinental match. That was the Universal. First Universal title match, wasn't it?
But, aye.
And that match was good, but it was kind of overshadowed after by the injury, but before by the belt and the
jam belt
disaster. So because both of them in ring are superb.
Yep.
I still think Rollins needs a finisher. I'm not sure about this one.
No, I'm not too sure.
Or the knee thing, the spinny knee.
I'm like, could you just pretend that was part of your tag team thing and then he'd go back to... I know he's banned from doing the curb stomp.
He did something similar recently though, didn't he?
That was brilliant. That was one of the best finishers. And the time that the match against Randy Orton before Seth Rollins cashed in later in the night, when they did the RKO from the curb stomp, that was one of the best WrestleMania moments in the last few years. It was superb. So it's such a shame that they don't let him do that anymore.
I know. Thing was, I was reading at the time that they didn't ban it outright, but they were just sort of leaving it as
it was Vince said,
special, he uses it sometimes.
Yeah, like I think I've seen him use it once in the past year.
Vince said to him, this was what Rollins said on I think it was on YTJ's podcast. He said Vince saw that one day and thought, I could imagine Steph and Shane doing that as kids to each other and really hurting each other. And he just suddenly had that image of kids doing it to each other and said, "No, that's."
I mean, that could be said about a variety of moves, really. Yeah.
It's very inconsistent.
Well, out of personal experience, Barry Cook from our primary school lost his 2 front teeth after being stunnered by John Miller.
Yeah,
which I think I'd always assumed the Stone Cold Stunner was a completely ineffective move. It was the safest move in the world, but apparently
not.
No, I'm glad that Barry and John got a mention though.
That's that is a nice mention.
Callback. It was. I think it might just be being back at your mum and dad's house is bringing back old memories.
So going back to the match though, Balor versus Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Who goes out there? Does it matter who wins there? Because it's just going to be such a great match.
It's going to be a brilliant match, I think.
I still think you would need Finn to win.
Yeah, I would keep it on Finn. He needs elevated, so I think.
Like, do you put Finn against Roman in the build up to what is it, Fastlane that they've got before? Or is it the Elimination Chamber?
You've actually, for that match to happen, you've got a lot to get through because you've got to get Seth out of Jason Jordan tag team.
No, but I think that's the thing. See if they have Seth Rollins tied up with Jason Jordan, so he can't be out there to help Roman. Dean's still off for injury, and you bring in Finn as a heel with the club. The club help AJ to victory.
Man, it's all coming together, man. It's all coming together.
That's what I would do there, personally.
I think we should stop thinking about it because it is much better than anything we will actually see.
Yes, I know.
So let's not go too deep.
Can I put another mention in Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bates as well?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I would love that at WrestleMania.
But if they did put on WrestleMania, I'll be in the kickoff show.
If it did happen, then but I mean, imagine if they opened the show with that. And
this is pure fantasy booking here.
Yeah.
Because you would... the crowd that will be at WrestleMania, particularly the first few rows, will be there'll be a lot of UK fans and there'll be a lot of diehards that will really pop for that.
And the matches so far have been phenomenal. So I can imagine a WrestleMania.
That match where Dunn won the belt.
That would be a great way to actually introduce them and introduce that title as a full-time belt on the main roster.
Yeah.
I almost phase out the cruiserweights and have that in its place, have the UK belt. If you did that at WrestleMania, imagine the reception they'll get at the Raw the night after, where the diehards there.
Yeah. We'd say Pete Dunne comes walking to the ring.
We could cut a great promo there, do a tag team match or something, great. It'll never happen.
It won't sadly not.
So good, it'll never happen.
However, I do have to mention, I was speaking to Grado the other day there.
I was going to bring this up, because, you've got your connections in there.
I do. I was speaking to Grado.
Yeah.
And he told me that the World of Sports situation has been resolved and recordings will start at the end of Easter. So if there is a
weekly television
show, does WWE put the UK Championship back into its own show on the network?
Well, that was the whole idea, wasn't it?
That was the main reason they did it.
Or do they just do it through, what's it called, Progress, the one that they've kind of already got there, in Pete Dunne and...
Oh, yeah, Progress down in London, yeah.
Pete Dunne and Tyler already appear in that quite a lot. So
but
do they just show that on the network and push that?
I would probably prefer them to show Progress, I think.
Because they're like a tag team. They're in a stable down there. It's British Strong Style.
Yeah, I'd never keep up with it, whether they split that up or what they did, but I don't know.
Because it's them two and Trent Seven, isn't it?
It was.
Yeah. I think we're on shaky territory here and should move away.
Yeah.
But I would love them to do another United Kingdom tournament. Make that an annual thing, because the Blackpool ballroom just looked superb.
Yeah. It did.
And any time William Regal's around, it's fun. He's just the funniest man in the world. So. Okay, right, Kieran, it's your turn. James managed to get a fifth match in there, which might be my favourite. So you've got quite a lot to live up to.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't prepare much for this. I started thinking about it at one point, and I was like...
That's why you are the Jerry the King to James's JR.
Well, that's right to think, yeah.
I know. You were going through your 7th divorce when James was preparing his script. Anyway, match number 1.
So I'm going to basically go through the titles as... what I would like to see done.
Okay, right.
So for the Universal Championship, like James said, Lesnar needs someone to go against. Yes, I would like Braun, but I would like to see a Fatal 4-Way for it. I know we've seen a Fatal 4-Way for it already.
We have, yes.
We have.
But that's where I would put Finn.
It was good though. It wasn't bad.
It was a good match.
It was a good match, and that's where I would put Finn at WrestleMania. I'd put him into that Fatal 4-Way.
Right.
So it would definitely be Brock, Braun, Finn. Wasn't too sure on my fourth, but I think he may have sold me on Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
As I think to see Samoa Joe and Finn Balor go at it with the technical stuff, and then you've got Braun and Brock at the side going out with the power moves.
I reckon in a multi-man match like that Samoa Joe's worth an extra Dave Meltzer star on his own. He'll bump it a star.
Yeah,
he's so good.
I didn't make a Fatal 4-Way. I think there's a bit too much going on for a WrestleMania match.
I think that's what it needs, because they need someone,
especially for a big title.
Because then
that is the biggest title now. Because of the way they've marked up the Jinder Mahal WWE Championship, the Universal Championship is the WWE title.
The other thing I keep thinking just now as well, though, is Kane in the Rumble match.
I don't want any Kane. No more Kane.
Is he there to surprise us just like Ziggler did with the US Championship?
I think Kane deserves one last run. Not with a title, I just think he deserves a good run with a good superstar. But I don't particularly.
But is this what they're doing? Did they break us in gently by giving Dolph Ziggler the US Championship to then give Kane?
It's nothing against Kane's work in the ring. He's great. Yeah. He's going to go down as one of the best ever.
Definitely.
But storyline wise, that character has been exhausted. It's been turned face, heel. He's been in a suit. He's had the mask on. He's had the mask off. He's had the mask back on again. He's been completely burnt to a crisp. He's recovered from those burns.
Yeah. I mean, turns out the burns weren't real.
Murdered his parents. He's been with Paul Bearer away. I mean, I don't. Maybe a tag team like the Hell No stuff, but I'm done with Kane. I can't be bothered with Kane anymore.
But I feel that's my big worry.
Bring back Isaac Yankum, the dentist character that he used to do. Bring back that.
Yeah. No, that's like whenever I think of the Universal title just now, because that's the closest thing to me, that's what I keep worrying about. But right now, I'm still going to say it's going to be Brock holding the title till then.
So what was your four? Brock, Balor,
Braun,
Joe.
and Joe.
Okay.
Right. And I would keep Reigns as far away from it as possible.
Right, so what are you doing with Reigns? Is he in another title match?
I would keep him up with the IC Championship.
Okay.
Up until then, because then they're still pushing him, but I think they could push him the same way they pushed John Cena with the US Championship. Right. And maybe do another slow burn for him before he gets an big title.
So far, he hasn't done that job that both AJ and to a lesser extent, and especially John Cena, managed to do with the US Championship, whether they made it feel like it was worthy. Roman, despite being the biggest guy, the biggest name on that show, it's like the IC title is...
It means nothing on Reigns.
It's strange. And the match against Joe was fantastic.
Yep.
The match against Joe was a really good...
Yep.
And it was... Joe was so good, and Reigns is so good in the ring, actually, that... kind of underrated in the ring, that when he hit that spear, the crowd were behind him like he was a face. That instant pop was actually in support of Reigns.
For a change, I mean, you never normally get that.
They told a good story over the course of like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good. But the IC title, you kind of... Unless he starts a proper feud with Joe about the IC title, I can't... It seems like that's over now. It seems like that's done.
I'd put it back on The Miz.
I
would do a shock thing at the Rumble where Miz comes back for the Rumble, number whatever, wins the Rumble, and instead of challenging for the top belt, he challenges for his IC Championship.
Well,
that's okay.
It'd be interesting.
So you're doing Miz versus Reigns at
Miz versus Reigns with Miz being the Rumble winner, because Miz holds IC Championship in such high esteem. He doesn't care about any other belts. He wants that belt back.
I could see Miz actually, if that goes wrong, I could see Miz being the not storyline wise, but in terms of the crowd, I could see him being the face. I could see the crowd because Miz is so good, and he'll make that feud. He'll bring it into real life, and he'll really attack Roman.
He'll take apart Reigns in the promo.
He will, because as much as people hate to admit it, I think Miz is the next Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, I think
on the mic anyway.
I think the Miz is everybody knows how good the Miz is now. It's no longer a secret. But I like that idea, because I think Reigns actually, when people challenge him, it gets the best out of him.
Yeah, I think this would really benefit him.
I quite like that.
Just in even like the War Awards situation, like, because when we saw him with Cena, like that was some of the best promo work that Roman Reigns has ever done.
Yeah.
And I think because he built up on that, that's how he was able to tell such a good story with Joe recently. Because it kind of got left in the dust a wee bit after he got ill, and then went back with the Shield. And again, I felt like Seth Rollins became the mouthpiece of the Shield again for a little while.
Yeah.
But this, I think, will pull Roman back out of that and maybe set him.
It'll be interesting to see. Reigns' promos just seem like the most scripted nonsense imaginable.
They're better scripted now, but they're still
pretty bad. So it'd be interesting to see if they give him a sort of just go out there and sort of your own promos. That's a problem in the whole of WWE, by the way. That's what I think.
Reigns' push has never properly taken off, because actually the simple thing is he's never had the great feuds. And when he does have a good feud, like when he was with Braun, when they paired him with Braun,
that's phenomenal.
He really pulls in money. But when it comes to WrestleMania, they didn't really capture the feud with the Undertaker. I didn't think.
No,
I wasn't excited. The great thing about that match was it was Undertaker was retiring.
But I feel like that was
Reigns or the feud or anything.
I feel that was more just as much Taker's fault as it was Reigns' fault. As much as I hate saying anything bad against Taker, but he did nothing to push that.
No, it was they just thought the Taker's there, that's enough. That was it.
They rely on that too much, but after the streak was broken, I don't think that was the case.
Same with Reigns versus Triple H. I didn't get that excited for.
No, I didn't get excited for that. But
when Reigns has been against younger, fresh people, in a proper feud.
Yep.
Strowman, Joe's not younger, but he's new
Yeah.
to WWE. Even kind of the Daniel Bryan days, or when he was in the Shield against Hell No,
Yeah.
those were the interesting feuds.
Yep.
They were.
Anyway, match number 3.
Match number 3
You've not
for the
said-
WWE
I was going to
Championship.
say no SmackDown matches.
Yeah,
so
so I was getting
so
Raw out of the
this
way.
is it.
I'm going to
This
SmackDown
is
now.
SmackDown.
So I would assume that AJ still has the belt by now.
Okay.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so as well. And
Could be Sami
I
Zayn.
don't. It could be Sami Zayn,
Could be.
but again, Sami Zayn's in that match to eat the pin. But I would have him against Bobby Roode and push Bobby Roode heel again.
Nice.
I reckon Bobby Roode loses to Jinder Mahal at the tournament because they're still quite, even though the whole Jinder got pedigreed by Triple H in India, and they consider the Jinder Mahal experiment over. I still think they'll want to push him again. They'll try and maybe uplift some of their mid-carders by having them go against a US champion, Mahal, who's a former WWE champion. And so after that, you push Roode into WWE Championship mode, especially after he wins the Mixed Match Challenge with
I like
Charlotte.
that. I mean, we've sort of said it, but the idea of a heel Roode on SmackDown in the main event picture really works.
Because Baron Corbin failed as a push to become the main heel of the show.
Did he fail, or was he not ready for the push they gave him? And then
It's maybe a bit of both.
Then before they had the chance, he pulled the rug in.
I don't think he was ready for a call up for NXT when he did. I reckon
It was
he needed a long time
They
later.
made a weird decision every step of the way with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't think he should have got Money in the Bank.
But once they'd given it to him, the way they then treated him, it was like, that's him written off now. That's it's so hard for him to come
Do you
back
feel
from
like
it.
it's been forgotten that Carmella has Money in the Bank now?
I think that they always do that when they leave it for a while, is they try and make
That might be the idea there.
Yeah.
And I think getting rid of Ellsworth helps that.
Aye.
Yes.
Forget about that,
Yeah, let's forget that James Ellsworth won the first Women's Money in the Bank order.
There's a theory that it could all work out at the Rumble, that it could be cashed in, and I don't know how it's going to work, but there's all things. Anyway, match number 4.
Match number 4, so for the US Championship, put a 3-way. So Jinder Mahal versus...
I think James just went 2-0 up. As soon as you said Jinder Mahal.
Wait, I'm sorry, I reckon Jinder's going to take this at the tournament. It's going to be Jinder versus the main man, Mojo Rawley.
This is fantasy booking, and know what to expect WWE to do.
This is what should happen.
Yeah.
Not what
I know,
will
but in my
happen.
head, I try to take the best of what I think is going to happen. So I'm saying Jinder versus Mojo versus Zack Ryder.
What? Wait, whoa. This is kamikaze. I mean, we're half an hour in.
I can just see
just said the most outrageous thing.
Just see the crowd going wild for that match. Really
Man, that is
Could you imagine the reaction when Zack Ryder wins another US Championship over Mojo Rawley and Jinder Mahal?
It's happened.
That's already happened.
But if it wins it over those two, though,
I remember
and a ladder match.
last time we spoke about Zack Ryder, I said at the time when he had his first push on the internet, it felt like they really underused him. But if you actually look at Zack Ryder's career now and look at everything that he won in all his big matches, I think he's actually done pretty well for himself out of WWE. I don't think there's a lot more to be done on the Zack Ryder thing.
I think he needs one more. He needs this title push, and I think
that's.
I'd like to see him win the US Championship.
I thought you were going to say Mojo Rawley there.
Well, I did.
He's in the match as well.
I know he's in the match, but I thought you said he was going to win it.
No, I would put the belt on Mojo.
okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to bring it back to the question, right? Remember, they have to be on the same level as the following. Which one of the 4 matches? Ibushi, Osprey, Skrull. I mean, what? Y2J, Omega. What one of the 4 matches do you think that is on the same level as?
Cody match.
Right, so James is 2-0 up. We'll move on to question 3. This is a quick one. Hopefully, I'm hoping this is a quick round. This is the history round, because every pub quiz needs a history round. So at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view this month, the angry farmer Brock Lesnar takes on the Devil's favourite Knox County mayoral candidate Kane and Braun the incredibly strong sausage Strowman. With that in mind, who is the greatest big man in WWE history? It seems like we've seen the kind of, in WWE at least, the return of the big man on Monday Night Raw. And Braun's actually got over.
He has.
He's actually
surprisingly
properly over. So, who is the greatest big man ever? I think we're back to Kieran going first.
I would like to say the Great Khali, but I won't. Because that would be a lie.
It's just
Because
it's
it's
just not
Mojo
me.
Rawley.
Yeah.
No. Like, in my own opinion, is Big Show.
Big Show.
Big Show.
Big Show has
Okay.
lasted the test of time. Everybody still loves Big Show. No matter how many times he's flip-flopped, not won a championship, no matter what, everybody always still... You still got a pop for Big Show
Now,
right till now.
I also like Big Show, but you did say everybody loves him. I do remember 2-3 years ago people wrongly chanting at him, "Please retire."
Yeah, I know, but...
similar to what I said about Kane.
Nah,
Less so with Big Show because I haven't seen him in like 6 months or whatever.
I think that's better with Big Show as well, because he isn't out all the time as well. Everybody still appreciates him when he does come along. It was the same with Mark Henry until he retired.
Storyline, he's injured by Braun, isn't he? He's out
I believe
because
so,
of
yeah.
Braun. Braun
Yeah,
kind of put him on the
yeah.
shelf. Storyline.
Yeah, because I think that... Was that, like... in my mind, I thought that was going to be his retirement story, but they've never said that.
Now, the question is,
Because in my head, like, Braun is the next big man.
well, he's there.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
he's there.
and that's why I thought he finally took it from...
Yeah,
Big Show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it looks like they're going to do the same with Kane.
Yep.
They're going to pass
They're
that. baton.
taking monster to monster.
Now, is Big Show, if you look at his whole career, is there an argument to say that he's an underachiever? That he won the WCW championship on his whatever
His
first night
First
or
night, I think
whatever
it was
Yeah.
first night, yeah.
as a wrestler. He had the look then as well. You know, he was billed almost as being Andre the Giant's son or something.
I think he
ridiculous,
was, yeah.
He was the Giant. He was in the NWO. When he came to WWF, as it was,
Yeah.
great booking. He comes in through the ring,
Mhm.
Paul White, through the ring and the Austin match.
Yeah.
It's an incredible debut, and then doesn't quite get over. He gets
Yeah.
sent back to developmental because he's
Aye.
overweight. Then gets brought back in. He had his big WrestleMania main event, and it was a 4-way when all the McMahons were. In
Oh, that
each
was
corner.
the WrestleMania 2000?
Rock, Triple H,
Mankind.
and
Yeah.
so he has main event at WrestleMania, but did he ever live up to that main event billing that he had on his first night? You know,
I don't think he needed to.
right?
I think Big Show is... He's the uncle of the WWE. Like, see, no matter what family party you go to, you're glad when your Uncle Big Show turns up.
Yeah.
Sometimes when he has too many drinks, he gets a bit angry, gets a bit racist.
I think for legal reasons, there's no.
I mean, I'm
evidence
not
that Big Show's
saying Big Show's racist, but I'm talking
either
about.
an alcoholic or a racist.
But you know when Big Show goes heel, that's the
Yes.
try to like compare that to when your uncle's had too many things. He starts saying horrible things about people and Brexit.
I don't even know if he is a heel or a face at the moment.
No.
I think he was supposed to be a face
Right.
before he
Kind
left.
of hard, grumpy face.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
because that's what I feel like he was like. They almost tried to do a Logan thing with him.
Yeah.
He
He looked amazing in that last run.
The old
He got in such good shape.
because you know when the Enzo Cass breakup happened.
right.
Yeah.
Big Show was the weather-worn cowboy who has to come out of retirement to come and sort out this young upstart Big Cass and put him down, and then Enzo Amore somehow injures Big Cass.
He really came back. He came back looking amazing, and they were
Yeah.
building him up for what apparently that
Shaq,
match with
yeah.
Shaq that never ever happened. So
I wish they'd given him a proper match.
yeah, I know.
Because he looked good, and that could have been his last big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not I mean,
they put him in
he
the Andre the Giant, didn't they?
yeah, but he didn't.
He never done very much in that, did he?
No,
But how do you put a man like the Big Show over the top rope?
I know. How do you?
How do you do it?
How do you do it? I mean, he's never won a Rumble ever. But other than that one that he did win, but because the Rock messed up. But
Yeah.
other than that one,
I think there's big similarities between the Big Show and Kane as well. He's never. If you look at
Kane
his,
never
if you look at
needed
his
to.
championships
Yeah.
that Kane won, Kane should have been pushed to the moon. I think.
in terms of storylines, though, that initial Kane Undertaker storyline goes down in history. It's one of the best
pretty
ever.
incredible,
but I still
yeah.
feel like that's what Kane still runs off of now.
Yeah.
that he had the big feud with Undertaker. He's the biggest rival
he's-
Undertaker's ever had.
Well, after a few gimmicks that didn't quite work out, I think getting the Kane and just his look at the time,
Yeah.
it was a perfect match, and I really reckon around about the time, was it 2002? When he was in the title picture with like Goldberg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I reckon they should have pushed him then. I realised Goldberg was in there at the time.
He
He
had
was
a
getting
good
this.
look that when he came back and he
Yeah.
kind of had.
That was
he
around the
looked
time when,
massive.
that was around the time that Lesnar first turned up as well, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lesnar was a bit there as well, right?
So if Lesnar turns up, they're not going to care about anyone else. Paul Heyman heard about
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar
but
when he
I
found
got-
him, and
he got put in a tag team with Rob Van Dam around that time. That's when he was getting his mask.
It's been a lot of tag teams.
He's been in a lot of tag
X-Pac.
teams. He's had a lot of tag team championship, man.
Yeah. And that run he had with Daniel Bryan's great as well.
the Hell No one was brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, so is that your answer, James? Are you going with Kane?
It's one of them, but I'll have to have went with Undertaker.
See that?
So-
Are you classing? He is a big man.
He is a big man.
Literally
And
speaking.
see, I would have went
He's
Undertaker,
a
but
big
I
man.
don't class Undertaker as a
So
big
do you know
man.
what?
do you think he?
'Cause I feel like a big
Undertaker
man
exists out with the what we would pigeonhole as a big man.
Well, what I think about a big man is the support. They're your main star. They're the main star, the guy who joins them in their stable or in their tag team. They're your big cast to your Enzo kind of thing. They are your Kane to your Daniel Bryan.
I don't know. I would,
Your
I
big
would
man's your
class
muscle.
Undertaker's a big man.
I mean, literally speaking, he
Yeah,
is
no,
a big
yeah,
man.
I know, but like,
If anything, the Undertaker's big man was Paul Bearer.
Right. Let's go with Undertaker because I thought that was the most obvious answer
yeah,
when I thought
aye,
about it. I
that's
thought
it.
like
I just immediately Undertaker to me. I think.
because is he?
Is-
But is he? As I say, does he kind of go beyond that? He's such a good
Yeah.
wrestler
Yeah, I know. That's why I couldn't have
for,
put
for a big man.
for a big
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He's got good feet for a big man.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, I wouldn't class Undertaker as big man.
Okay.
But that's just me.
I think that I'm going to lean towards Kieran on this one. Because
Yes!
he has justified the Big Show as being the quintessential big man out and through his career, really.
For like, what, 20 years now? If
Yeah.
not, well,
With
more than 20
a kinda
years.
Notable mention for Kane.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I could have been
that's it.
convinced on Kane, but I'll give you that.
another notable mention for Vader as well. I was thinking Vader.
Yeah, Vader's a good
Vader, who
Yeah.
got absolutely ruined in WWF
It's,
after
Yeah,
brilliant runs in ECW and WCW.
yeah, I know. But I think for especially a man who's doing like moonsaults and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's ahead of
It's
his time. You know?
Yeah.
Him and Bam Bam.
Mhm.
Bam Bam Bigelow is similar. You know,
Yeah.
but they're ahead of their time.
So was Giant Haystacks.
The greatest big man ever.
Yokozuna.
Yeah, but did he do anything other than
Well,
See, I don't know what I would class. I mean, obviously, he is a big man.
Yokozuna's a big
he's a
man?
big man.
He's
Is he?
definitely a big man. He's definitely a big man. So is, to be honest, so is the Undertaker. It's just he kind of goes beyond.
Yeah.
It's like saying the greatest rock band ever, right? On paper, you'd have to go with the Beatles because they just have all their hits and everything. But the kind of quintessential rock band is what you think of being rock might be somebody like Led Zeppelin because
Yeah.
they're just so kind of rock. So I'm giving it to Kieran on that
Right,
basis.
right.
That construed, strange thing. Moving on to the This Week in WWE round. Question 4. On WWE SmackDown this week, the tag team title match was decided by instant replay, despite a whole year of JBL shouting at us that there was no instant replay in WWE before he left. So, what is the most innocuous yet dumb booking decision you've ever seen in wrestling? So, what I'm really looking for here is something that shouldn't matter, is completely petty, but is absolutely infuriating and winds you up. So, James, I'm going to start. This one will be a short answer.
Yeah. Well, what I've got on this one is the anonymous Raw GM angle that they put on the.
That's pretty
That
good. That.
infuriated me because we had Michael Cole for starters, which
Yeah.
was pretty bad. I really heel Michael Cole, but it would have been fine if it had went anywhere,
Yeah.
but it didn't. It just petered out, and then I think it was a couple of months later. It was Hornswoggle got
They
revealed
Hornswoggle.
as being anonymous Raw GM.
And he was hiding underneath
just-
the ring.
It was just a way for them to just shoehorn anything into the show.
Was that not like down the line at like a big? It wasn't Raw 1000 or something that they suddenly
It was-
brought it back.
yeah,
they
aye.
suddenly
No,
brought it
that-
back
that-
to
yeah,
the
they
anonymous
did.
Raw and went, by the way, it was
By the
Hornswoggle.
way, yeah, it's Hornswoggle. There's your payoff for that whole nonsense.
Remember that? Yeah,
But,
I would agree with that. That's good.
yeah,
That's a good answer.
It just they used it on anything for matches or anything like that, just to sort of bit of rubbish sort of change it in the match.
Yeah, no, that I remember being absolutely infuriated by
It
that.
really annoyed me.
Partly
that whole
just
thing.
because Hornswoggle in general
Yeah.
is the least funny, kind of crude, offensive crap character.
You also had the nonsense of superstars beating up a laptop. That kept
Yeah,
on happening
that was
as well.
insane.
Sometimes the only thing I defend of that is when Edge and Jericho interacted with it, they made it work. They made it really funny.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when Edge was jumping up and down on the laptop, I thought it was funny. But
I think The Rock had a good one on that as well when he stopped Michael Cole from doing that.
yeah,
Yeah, that was quite good.
I mean,
But
in the right hands, it was actually okay.
Yeah.
That. The problem with it was Michael Cole
but I mean,
Yeah.
at that time,
yeah.
at that specific
It's-
point
But
in time.
the right person could get anything over.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was annoying, but if they just had something at the end where it was some mystery person had been revealed, like somebody
Yeah.
returning or something like that, some sort of authority figure returning or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, it just
No, it
it went
wasn't.
That
nowhere
brings me
whatsoever.
on to my answer. If I
Kieran,
was-
yeah,
okay.
what's your answer?
Returns. Not all returns, but mainly returns such as Goldberg for last year. Goldberg came back for one big match to beat Brock Lesnar, and then all of a sudden they take the Universal Championship off of Kevin Owens, makes him look so weak against Goldberg just to make it a bigger thing when Lesnar takes the title off of Goldberg. I hated that.
I
I hate the fact they pushed this old talent over a new talent.
I would normally agree,
Yeah.
but I really liked the Goldberg stuff last year. I
I quite liked the
But
Goldberg
if you think
stuff.
about that
But
match
normally-
against Kevin Owens, that was awful.
normally I would agree. The Owens one wasn't good. The stuff with Lesnar was really fresh though, I thought.
Yeah,
And I did have the nostalgia for Goldberg. He was my kind of era of watching WCW. But I know what you mean. Maybe more so where people that era with CM Punk being the champion and not headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah,
exactly, because The Rock came
was coming back.
It's
And it was a once in a lifetime thing. Oh, let's do it the next year.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
or put Punk against Rock or whatever. You know, like
Yeah, I know.
Aye.
they are. I think that's a bigger problem though than just a kind of innocuous, frustrating thing. I
They
think
Yes,
rely,
that's
they
running-
rely too
that's
heavily on the
running
Attitude
through-
Era. But don't get me
WWE.
wrong, when the Hardy Boys came back at the start of the year, I popped like a dirty little mark.
I didn't mind superstars returning like the Hardy Boys, but when they're returning and just getting main event spots from people that have really worked
Yeah.
to get there, it's the most annoying thing.
Depends if they come back and they're going to stick around. That's one thing.
Like Shelton Benjamin in the new American Alpha.
Yes, exactly like that. But I'm thinking like Batista, because I like Batista, but when he came back, it did not work at all.
No, it didn't.
No,
But that's because
I
they
mean-
tried to push him as a face. Though.
well,
Yeah.
winning Royal Rumble shouldn't have happened. In his,
But they could have brought him back as a heel. He was a great heel before he left.
Yeah.
And that promo he cut on the wheelchair when he left was amazing. But they could have like made him the heel and made him the guy that got Daniel Bryan over. It's just they're bad at pairing people up. Anyway, I think that's another point for JR on that, because I agree that the anonymous general manager was just the worst thing.
it was
And I hate
horrible.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
I hate that character. It's so offensive and awful.
It's all because Vince
because-
McMahon thinks little people
I
are
don't
funny.
guess in dumb booking decisions involving Hornswoggle being Vince McMahon's
Son.
illegitimate son,
And then not.
and then no being,
And then being
and then
Finley's son? Was
as like
that right?
Finley.
Ah, he
Yeah,
was Finley's son.
And
that
then
was pretty
actually being a leprechaun for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, not
because he
right.
could appear anywhere and hit you with his little stick.
Just appalling. Right, question 5. A proper question. It was confirmed that the first all-female Royal Rumble will have 30 participants this week. What one former female superstar or female independent wrestler should be given a surprise spot? I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of
Yeah, there will.
surprises, because there's 30 slots.
There's
30,
22
And
currently.
I'm thinking
that you can
NXT people in there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like Nikki Cross is definitely coming up for it. Ember Moon's going to be there. You're going to get the iconic duo turning up.
Kairi Sane maybe. Is that?
She would, but I wouldn't give her
I
that.
think when they appear in a Rumble, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be called up. I think
Yeah, no,
it's just
no.
a surprise appearance. Type
Yeah.
thing, isn't it? So,
But see, if you put Kairi Sane in there and you automatically like kick her out of the Rumble, does that take away the mystique of her winning the Mae Young Classic?
well, I wouldn't have immediately kicked her out the Rumble, but
It's quite. I mean, that would be a great way to book her in, have her win the Rumble.
Yeah.
that would be quite an introduction. So who you going with, Kieran? As your kind of one person past superstar coming back? Any left field?
I mean,
choices?
it's not really left field. It's what I think everyone wants. I want to see Trish Stratus come back.
And
Yeah,
apparently
that's-
that could happen.
That could happen.
I think
according
there
to
is a
Trish.
storyline where she teams up with Mickie James
Right.
Alright, okay.
to show all these young people who say that, oh, we're the revolution, but really, when you do look, but I mean, don't get me wrong, Trish Stratus did the typical horrible, demeaning female superstar kind of thing back in the day.
The divas.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at the same time, her in-ring work for the time that she was given for what she actually had was fantastic.
Her in-ring work was really good,
It's,
and as was Lita's.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
And that's the other name
That's-
that's
that's-
getting
That was the other name I
Yeah.
thought about, but personally I thought Trish.
Trish.
I also think, is Beth Phoenix not doing something for the WWE right now? Is she not doing commentary for the mixed?
Is she?
I've heard that she's
Is she?
come back.
That could be.
That's
So I reckon she's probably got a spot in there.
Yeah.
She's been on Edge and Christian's podcast
Mhm.
a fair bit, and it's very
Was
good.
she, is she not married
She's
to
married to
Edge?
yeah. And she's really good. So you can tell that she's got a real insight.
And she just got
from
put in
that.
the Hall of Fame last year as well, so.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like there was more to her. There was still a lot more to go in WWE
Yeah.
than what she actually did, mainly because of the division. She was kind of standalone. But that would be interesting to see her come back.
I mean, but do you also think that the whole. I mean, I think pretty much everybody's assumed this now, but Absolution and Riot Squad are only there to bulk up the numbers for the Rumble.
Pretty much. I think that's why they were.
It seems like
Called
that.
up,
It's
yeah.
it's so clunky the way they've just copied each other.
Yeah, it's strange how
Um,
they've just done the same thing on both shows for it.
And it's strange that Paige, being the kind of returning person with a lot of momentum, it's just been killed immediately.
Yeah.
There's not really been much
Like, they could have.
storyline there.
I feel like they could have easily just had Paige come back and then the Riot Squad on SmackDown.
Yeah, and I don't mind that the idea of Paige being like the head of a faction, but I mean, in my head, that should be like a dominant force
Yeah.
if she comes back.
Mhm.
Unless they're just bringing her back so she's on TV until this movie comes out, the one that The Rock's produced. So,
Also,
Oh, fighting with my family.
yeah, because they want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
another problem was I know being more linked videos of Page.
There is, but then
I don't know if that'll cause anything.
But on the on that side of things, she hasn't really done anything wrong, and she's not
No.
like that's people have hacked in
Yeah,
and taken
That's not her
things.
fault.
it's for,
That's
for
not
the
her
whole
fault.
image thing that WWE's got going on.
So I don't think they can because they've got Xavier Woods and
Yeah.
as the
They've
child-friendly
still got-
mascot, So
They've still got Maurice as, like, basically part of the Miz, where she did God knows how many, like, Playboy shoots.
yeah,
Yeah, but was that no at the time? Was she not allowed to take Playboy shoots with WWE? But
probably. I don't think it's an issue. I think the stuff that could get her more bother is the kind of the substance abuse rumours and
Yeah.
fights with. I know she's not with Alberto Del Rio, but the kind of fights in airports. I think that's
Mhm.
the stuff that could get her into more bother.
Yeah,
It's a strange one. I just when that first year she was on Raw, Paige was superb.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
a real even stuff she did with AJ Lee
AJ
before
Lee,
AJ
yeah.
left was really good. So it's a shame that
I mean, you would like to see AJ Lee back a bit,
Right,
but
sure.
she's never coming back.
no, I doubt that's going to happen. I'd like to see AJ Lee back. but,
that would be great. Again, so much more kind of potential.
Yeah.
There. All right, I'm giving that to Kieran with Trish Stratus.
Did I have my answer there?
I thought you
I
said
thought you
later.
said-
I mentioned them.
Oh,
but
right,
I-
you've still got another
I-
answer.
I wanted to see Awesome Kong back or
Oh,
Khan.
brilliant!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's a good
don't
shout.
know. She was in TNA last year. I've never seen her. I don't know what if she's doing anything now. But I reckon she deserves. I think her run was. Well, she got pregnant, didn't she know, when she was in the original run with
She
and then she
did.
was off.
They asked her to lose weight for her own health. Was the
Right,
rumor
okay.
was
Right.
the dirt sheets thing, and she left. So
Yeah.
um,
So I don't
she's
know
great, though.
what terms she'll be in WWE. But yeah, I reckon she'd be a good run.
Although they didn't handle Nia Jax well,
No,
or at least
no, they
they
haven't,
didn't
to be
really
fair.
get her over anyway. As the kind of big woman.
Their current thing is, like, what is it? Is it her and Enzo
I'm
Amore? Or...
despising this Enzo Amore
By
thing.
the way,
actually.
that
And they've
tub
stuck
of
it-
chicken soup that she had, that is not chicken soup. That was like luminous yellow. It was
It's American chicken
It's,
soup,
uh,
had noodles in it and stuff. It's
so weird.
But I can't believe she's been saddled with.
and then
whatever that's
they've
meant to
put
be.
her with Titus Worldwide for the mixed match as
Yeah.
Is
well.
that who she is?
which
She's
is,
she's with the Apollo Crews.
I can't
Right.
imagine them winning a match. And,
Because like I think they've put her with him just so again. There's so many times they just team people up just so somebody can eat a pin, and Apollo Crews is in there to get beat.
yeah.
I feel sorry for Apollo Crews.
So do I. He's so much better. He just needs to stop smiling.
He's pretty phenomenal, I think.
In
Well,
the
not
ring.
phenomenal, but solid.
In the ring, he's great.
Yeah.
But
He's another guy who could do well in a strong
It's just,
cruiserweight
it's
division.
another one, another strange call-up. I mean,
he doesn't have a character.
no, he should have been back down in NXT and building up, but
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I do like the Awesome Kong idea, but Trish Stratus is the
Yeah,
answer
that's
there.
it.
I think
That's fair
the one.
enough.
Yeah, I think that's 3-2 to JR. Okay, question 6. Due to Dean Ambrose being injured, Dean Ambrose still your favourite wrestler, Kieran? So
I
that's
do
still-
really
yeah.
enjoy Dean Ambrose.
Okay,
It's more his. I enjoyed Cookie Uncle Dean.
Okay. Due to Dean Ambrose being injured, Jason Jordan is now tag team champions with Seth Rollins for some reason.
for some reason.
What is the most random pair of superstars that became a tag team in the history of wrestling? So I'm looking for a kind of similar thrown together, but were an actual tag team, had a proper run. So who's going first? James.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
The Rock and Sock connection.
Oh, you just stole my answer.
That's a pretty high bar.
That's it. I mean, it couldn't be too different from the Rock and Mankind at the time.
Because they had that awesome like rivalry for so
yeah,
long,
I know,
and then
it
it culminates in a tag team
and
run.
it worked. I loved them again.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
good. And what the only negative thing I'd say about the Rock and Sock connection is it's meant that This Is Your Life segment gets rolled out once a year by superstars that can't carry it
No,
off.
no.
And it's
when Alexa
it's
Bliss
always
did it to
rubbish.
Bailey.
Yeah, it's always rubbish. But this year particularly, it was particularly rubbish. No, they are fantastic. And the comedy was just
It was
out the world.
brilliant.
This world.
If that was like, there's certain parts of the Attitude Era that you could just take a little slice out of and just show this is what wrestling was in the
Yeah.
90s, and the Rock and Sock connection is one of those slices.
My favourite clip was one where the Rock is cutting a promo in the ring with Mick Foley and he turns around and his sunglasses fall off. And they managed to get like 3 minutes of the crowd going mental for these sunglasses just falling off. Because Mankind picks them up and gives them back. And it's something to do with how cool the Rock was.
Yeah.
And how
Aye.
kind of pompous almost he was, or like arrogant he was.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley undercutting that. It was
Aye.
it was a perfect balance. Right, okay, you've got to come up with something better than the Rock
Well,
and
I
Sock
guess
connection.
off the top of my head, since my answer was stolen, I would say Team Hell No.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's
that.
pretty good as well.
That's
I've already
another one of
mentioned
the,
how
it's
much I like
in my mind they're the PG Rock and Sock connection,
Mm-hmm.
because Kane is your I'm a big scary angry big red machine monster.
I did love the videos for them. They were pretty.
The psychologist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
when he was in like
Psychiatrist
anger
ones,
management and
Yeah.
stuff.
That was great.
Yeah.
Well, my favourite wrestler ever is Daniel Bryan.
Mm.
So on that, I'm going to have to be biased to make it 3-3 and say
Yes.
Kieran.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
3-3. Okay, we're now going to enter the more surreal kind of round with questions that are pretty tenuous. And to do this, we've got a fine bottle of an orange substance known as Iron Brew. with
Iron
us.
Brew.
So the question is, in the news this week, it has been revealed that Scottish people are stockpiling Iron Brew supplies ahead of an upcoming recipe change. Very controversial up north. here.
It
This
is.
is big news.
It could change if you could change one thing in the current recipe of Monday Night Raw, specifically Monday Night Raw, I'm going for here. What would it be? So one thing in the format. And Kieran, I think you're going to pour the.
I'm going to pour an Iron Brew for
Okay.
will we take time just to listen to the crack?
Oh,
It's very good. It's
Lovely.
very good.
that's the perfect accompaniment for a fish supper, white pudding supper, even a single fish.
But whilst I pour this, I will say my answer to this is I would knock the third hour off.
You've stolen my answer on this one, so
That
that's
is-
1-1 on that.
That I mean, it was maybe an obvious answer,
Yeah.
but I think the idea was maybe they were going to solve that with the cruiserweight division, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it's just not really happened. But what would, if you had to? Here's a question to put back at you, Kieran. If you had to keep that third hour, but maybe do something different with it, or put something else in the show to fill it out, what would you do?
bi-weekly, I would change it from 205 Live and the UK Championship.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
This is some good.
Oh, don't worry, bro. Oh, and I just hit the mic stand, but it's okay.
Destroyed.
I didn't hit the mic, the expensive mic.
You're a very noisy podcaster, Kieran. Yeah, so you could do 205 Live or something, but it
Like,
just needs
I
something,
think,
doesn't it?
Like, 1 week I would have 205 Live, and the following week I would have the UK Championship. And they only need an hour each, and because you're doing that, I think because there's a week in between you're getting to see them, it might actually build a bit more hype around it.
The Iron Brew has just killed James. it's putting Kieran in a very strong position. For
He's
this
choking
answer.
on his answer.
It's going to be easy to win the next few points when I'm lying on the floor.
Okay, can you come up with something, James, that can rival that?
Well,
even though you've
that's-
lost your answer.
What I was thinking is the opening promos and the constant promos
Mm-hmm.
we're going nowhere. They need to change that up a bit because every Raw we're getting Kurt Angle comes out.
Oh yeah.
There's a promo. This is what we've got on Raw today. Somebody interrupts them. Somebody else interrupts them. Then we're going to have this match straight away here. They need to change it up a bit. They need to.
Yeah.
It's
I think there's a hangover from the Attitude Era when the show would start with a promo and it would be one of the greatest promo makers of all time.
You'd take like Chris Jericho come out and
It'd be Chris Jericho, it'd be The Rock, it'd be Austin, it'd be Vince
Right.
McMahon. The authority figure thing in general is a massive issue.
It's pretty bad.
Because I think we've said this before as well, that Vince, when it was a Mr. McMahon character, most weeks he would get his comeuppance.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a kind of scheming, conniving bad guy.
Yep.
He was
Yep.
He was Dick
dastardly.
Dastardly.
Yeah.
And he would usually lose. Austin would get one over. Whereas with Stephanie, when she's
Steph
been
never
on it,
loses.
No. It's just
she went through a table at WrestleMania, but other than that, it's not, and that doesn't make you want to tune in.
no.
You want to tune in to see your heroes, not the
Yeah.
people that you dislike. Really.
I can't sit through 3 hours of Raw every week. I need to.
Skip
It's
it in.
fast forward, kind of like
Yeah.
the start until you get to the sort of matches.
If I'm honest, sometimes I skip matches and listen to the promos. I really enjoy the promos. I
You
really enjoy.
Kurt Angle coming out. And
I really enjoy the storytelling
I
sometimes,
just,
and that's where I find the biggest holes. And when I find a big hole in it, and I get to pick at that, that's what I really enjoy. Because majority of your matches you're getting on Raw right now are usually quite good, especially when you think of your tag division and stuff like that. No matter what match you put Sheamus and Cesaro in, fantastic match.
I think you need them both. Is my thought is to fill a 3-hour show,
Yeah,
or even a 2-hour show. You need a good mixture of them both to make the storytelling work.
yeah.
Because otherwise, you burn through matches. Another thing with 3 hours, we're seeing these matches.
there's so many times.
We're seeing Sheamus versus and Sheamus and Cesaro against Seth and Dean. We saw it so many
So many
times.
times. I was so fed up with that. I've never seen it again.
And it was such a good match. It was
Yeah.
such a good bunch of people. You shouldn't be sick of that, but you do. You get sick of it.
And I think the fact they've brought in, Jason Jordan, the bar's still going to chase after the tag belts, but just now, instead of having Dean Ambrose there, we've got Jason Jordan, and that will still be down to Seth Rollins to carry that match.
I'm glad they kept Jason Jordan as a sort of whiny heel. I thought when he was going to get the tag titles with Rollins, it was just they were going to turn him face again. But I'm hoping that'll end up being the.
It sounds like Vince, from the stuff I've heard from the interviews and that, sounds like Vince actually wants him to be as dislikable or unlikable as possible, which I think is quite clever if they pull the trigger on it right.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to stab Kurt Angle in the back, and that was the
Yeah.
payoff. But it actually seems like he's going to turn on Seth or something. I don't know. It'll be interesting. They've got potential there to do something good, in spite of Jason Jordan kind of
But
his character being a nightmare.
is there a reveal that he's not actually Kurt Angle's son, and it was actually like Chad Gable, and he would just be lying about it this whole
They
time?
reveal that
And Chad Gable comes up and he's like,
the
"Father!"
reveal that it wasn't his son was when you looked at him.
That really horrible family photo that they done.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. I don't know which way to go in this, because I kind of agree with both of you. The 3 hours is an issue. I think the promos. It's not that there's promos there. It's that they don't work.
Yeah.
But when you get someone like The Miz doing Miss TV segment, it doesn't feel as painful. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I just think it's too formulaic. The Raw thing. It's the same.
But they've started doing that on SmackDown now. It's just Shane McMahon.
SmackDown
Shane
went
McMahon.
down.
It started.
Went downhill. Okay, I toss a coin. I think I'm going to say that's a draw. So is that 3.5 each?
We'll
I got that right?
Yeah, I think so.
3.5 each. I can't make up my mind on that one. Question 8. The current top film in the UK is Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Which we went to see.
Which we went to see.
Yep.
What did you just think about it? Just out of curiosity.
I went to see it again because I wasn't sure.
Did you?
And I've kind of revised my opinion of it because I was really unsure. I was a bit worried about it the more I thought about it, and I thought when I saw it the second time, spoiler alert, guys,
Spoilers.
spoiler alert, I thought the Luke and the Rey stuff actually stood up a lot better than I thought the first time round. I thought that storyline actually worked really well. I thought there was problems with the Poe and Finn side of things, and I really disliked the casino element of it.
I enjoyed the casino element to a point.
I thought the CGI was pretty poor on the whatever they're called.
The things that could have been tauntauns, but weren't tauntauns for some reason.
Thumbs or something. Yeah, them running through the casino, I thought it looks pretty weak, and none of that quite worked.
I enjoyed it.
It's
but
good though.
I don't know why they didn't just kill Carrie Fisher off when they hit the ship and she floated off in space.
That looked really bad.
Yeah, I don't know why they did the whole Superman back into the thing. She never done anything. She never really done anything the rest of the film either. It just seemed a strange one.
I think with that, it was just. I think it was maybe a bit too early for them just to kill her off.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was me killing her off, I feel really bad saying killing off Carrie Fisher, even though she's already dead. But rest in peace, Princess. There we go. But I would have swapped her out for Jurassic Park lady's position.
What
what
are you talking about now?
You know the chick from Jurassic Park with the purple hair.
Is she in Jurassic? Oh, she is in Jurassic.
Yeah.
I put that. Admiral Holder is the character.
Yes, her.
Yeah.
I would have had Leia be the one who, spoilers again, shot the ship into the First Order at light speed and killed Leia. Give her this, like, I've been fighting this war my whole life. Yeah. If I'm going out, I'm taking a load of they with me.
Yeah, I thought the Admiral Holder character was a bit of an issue because there was absolutely no explanation why she didn't just tell Poe or anyone else.
That was more to like
her plan. Now, I've seen people say online that she thought there might be a mole in that someone was feeding information to the First Order because they were getting tracked and all the rest of it. If the film had just said that at some point at the end, it would have saved me so much anxiety.
There's two things. Like, one thing I heard online which I really liked was the idea of, like, you know, like, everybody doesn't like this whole Finn situation. If the reason Finn had been leaving or running away had not been because I need to go make sure Rey doesn't come back here, but if it had been everybody was accusing Finn, how are the First Order tracking us? Oh, it must be the former Stormtrooper who's on board. And when they're going to take him to the brig, he escapes, and then he goes to try and help them to prove his worth. But I think the thing with Poe and Admiral Holdo, or Vice Admiral Holdo, it's to show Finn wasn't ready to take over from Leia yet. He needed to learn to respect his superiors, respect those around him, and understand he can't just go in guns a-blazing all the time. Sometimes things need to be thought out better. Because that's what Finn, that's what Poe Dameron's character is let's go in and shoot up the place, ask questions later.
Yeah, I thought it was really good, and after the second time of seeing it, I'm now looking forward to seeing the final J.J. Abrams. Yeah, I think it actually sets it up quite well because it's kind of got rid of a lot of the conspiracy theories and stuff about whose parents and where's Snoke. It's just set up like he can make any film he wants, and this is a conclusion. So I
think it deserves as much hate as it seems to be getting.
Oh yeah, the petition to remove it from canon and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's worth. I think those two big moments, the one with Carrie Fisher or Princess General Leia getting sent into space and then coming back, didn't really work. No, and I think the casino stuff I didn't think really worked. Other than that, I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, the question was, which I'm still halfway through the question. The current top film in the UK is Star Wars: The Last Jedi. If you had to reboot the Star Wars franchise for WWE Studios using exclusively WWE superstars as the actors, who would you cast? Who's going first on this one? James, I think. Over here.
For the kind of first one I immediately thought it was, is it Mark Bloom who was Albert? He could definitely be Chewbacca.
He wouldn't
even hated anything.
Make up the riot. Yeah.
Hairiest man in wrestling.
He is.
Although I'll counter that
Oh, right, okay.
for Chewie. Killian Dane.
Yeah, well, that's a good shout. Aye.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Although he would make a good job of the Hutt as well.
But then that's where I think with Yokozuna or.
I actually think you need someone likeable for Chewie, because Chewie's such a kind of nice, cuddly guy. You need Braun Strowman.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Or a Luke Gallows.
Luke Gallows as Tex Ferguson with the brilliant Chewbacca. Right, anyway.
So who's Han Solo in that?
Well, AJ Styles is Han Solo.
Is it?
Oh god, this is such a good question. I thought this was going to be the comic relief, but this is
AJ Styles is Han Solo. Who do you think Han Solo is?
That's a good shout. AJ Styles, I can see him.
Is AJ a bit too clean cut and nice to be Han Solo? Do you need someone with a bit of
He's a country boy with that farmer strength. So it could maybe be Luke because he's got that farmer background. But it's the Miz is Han Solo.
Yeah.
Don't know about the Miz. I had a different plan for the Miz.
The Miz seems very evil Empire.
The Miz is Grand Moff Tarkin.
That's pretty good.
The Miz is Peter Cushing's character. It was like
good.
Vader, settle down.
That's pretty good. He's not General Hoff or whatever the new guy's called.
No, although like if we were doing for the new ones, it probably would be.
That's pretty good.
But I was going for the original trilogy in my head.
Yeah. You got any other suggestions, James?
No. This was the question that I missed.
This is a question that you thought.
Because
I've not really thought about it. Yeah.
In my head as well, initially I thought Brock becomes Vader and Heyman becomes the Emperor, but is the Emperor just Mr. McMahon?
I think he has to be, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. The Emperor
got to
has to be Mr. McMahon, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I don't know then who's Vader. Triple
I don't
H.
It would have to be
Triple H. Triple H.
Oh, then again,
Triple H is a good shout for Vader.
Best wrestler in the world, Shane McMahon.
Yeah, he could bury people with his lightsaber.
Yeah. And then for Jabba the Hutt, you have Paul Heyman, and you have Boba Fett as not Braun Strowman, as Brock Lesnar.
Boba Fett is Brock Lesnar's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I think for Boba Fett, you need someone who looks really cool, but then gets beat immediately.
Yeah.
So you're saying Bray Wyatt?
He's perfect. Yeah. So actually, I think I won that round.
There was no winners.
I think Kieran just tips it there with that Vince McMahon is the Emperor. Emperor. I think that's got to be right. Kieran is now 4.5 against 3.5 for James. So
it's all went downhill.
He's got James has been struggling here. So I think he's going to come back on this one though.
Well, he's the one with the prep.
We're going to go into our final two questions, which I've just described purely as the big questions. So the big questions are, firstly, who should win the Royal Rumble? Kieran, who should win the Royal Rumble? Not who will, who should.
Who should win the Royal Rumble? Mm-hmm. Well, I think who should win it is Finn Balor.
Okay. Right.
Finn Balor deserves it. He is more over than everybody gives him stick for, especially the tweets and everything like that. And again, though, personally, I'd like to see The Miz win it, but that's just me. But I think Finn Balor.
Very good.
Yeah.
James.
Right. Nakamura.
That's a big shout. That.
Since I've put AJ Nakamura as sort of the big main event at WrestleMania that I'd like to see.
That's consistent.
I really hope they go with Nakamura.
I don't think they will though. They've
got
no faith that if Vince McMahon can't understand these promos, he's not getting a push.
But if he could, I mean, that would be a great Royal Rumble.
It would be.
And who would be the final two or the final bunch? Because that's the Royal Rumble kind of comes into that. The whole pay-per-view works. It lives or dies by how excited you are when
do you put him in with Roman?
2 or 3 of them left.
Do you? You can't even put him in Roman because Roman will be defending his IC Championship elsewhere.
Yeah.
Unless he drops the IC Championship before the Rumble, then he appears as number 29.
There's a chance he'll still be in it. As long as it's no Big Show or Kane or any of them in the final.
Well, because you can't. How do you eliminate someone like Big Show? How do you do it? As Michael Cole asks every year.
I think I would like to see.
I mean, maybe I've Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn in there.
Well, I'd love to see
Cena.
If Nakamura eliminates Cena,
that would be good.
That would be
because if it comes down and Cena's in the last 2, and he's won championship off the.
Well, see, this is what I'm thinking about Roman. It's the person you expect to win it.
Yeah.
And if they go over the person you expect, I think that automatically gives stock to the person who didn't win as well as the person who did.
Yeah.
Because the humility that would then show for Roman Reigns, which I think is something he really needs. He needs to be showing more humility. Instead of just be like, I'm the big dog, roar, and give me a title.
Do you think that ship has sailed though? Do you think there'll ever be a time when we go, yeah, Roman Reigns, he's our guy? Or do you think that's just gone?
I think that's gone now.
See, at least with Cena, initially the fans were behind him.
I like Cena when he first turned up because he wore jorts.
And then it was over time it became the thing to do to boo him.
Yep.
Whereas Reigns
just
from the word go.
I liked the professor of thugonomics, John Cena.
Yeah.
I liked original Cena before he became the guy.
I have nothing against Cena. He's just not my character.
Yeah.
He's just not my guy. It's probably a generational thing. You know, if you were used to Stone Cold and The Rock, then
Cena's
Cena
just
was
too clean cut.
He was just a bit too kid friendly.
Yeah.
You know, but that worked as well. He made it work, and he's done some brilliant, really kind of edgy promos, especially in the last few years.
Yeah.
I think Reigns has had the worst booking ever.
Yeah. They
for
were behind
a superstar,
the fans.
it's at every juncture he's had. The Royal Rumble he won was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one I was thinking?
WrestleManias? Or?
Yes, he had.
Oh, his Mania when he beat Brock and then Seth ran out and cashed in.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was quite good.
But not for Roman.
That was a saving a bad situation. That's the thing they sometimes do is they turn a really bad situation into gold, and they did that with Seth that year.
Right, the other one I was thinking was him beating Undertaker. Like, I didn't. I just.
That match will be remembered because Undertaker retired, not because of Roman or anything Roman did.
Yeah.
And the one big spot they had in it, they botched when Roman was going to stand up with the pile driver. What's it called? The tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah. So anyway, I think James takes that one though, because I hadn't thought of Nakamura, and that would be sensational.
I don't think anyone would see it coming.
There has been rumours that it is a Nakamura AJ. They're going for WrestleMania. I've heard the rumours.
I mean, that's what they tried to set up at Money in the Bank when they did the stare off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope they go that direction.
Apparently, though, that was AJ's doing. That he'd been pitching for a Nakamura feud as soon as Nakamura got called up, and they were not interested in it. And he put that in that multi-man match to prove a point that the fans would go for it. So we'll see what happens.
I think maybe AJ's got a bit more sway backstage now. He seems to be the go-to guy.
He seems like he's proved it. Yeah.
So hopefully, we can see that.
And I think it'll be Shane McMahon. Question 10.
Could you imagine? Never mind a Batista boo, but like a Shane McMahon winning it.
It's almost like I have rigged this so it is 4.5 points each. Going into the final question of our first ever episode. The tension is, you could cut it with a knife here in Lochielli Studios. But question number 10, the final question, the final big question. As of this week, who, in your opinion, is the best wrestler currently working in the world today?
Is it me?
Yep.
I did have to think about this, and I think Wrestle Kingdom did sway me towards it. Will Ospreay.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, now
I
I'm
wasn't
wanting,
expecting that one.
I'm wanting.
The high-flying
a good
superhero
argument,
that is Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
The man who has managed to take the UK scene by absolute storm. The little boy from Essex who needs to stay the hell away from WWE before they ruin him in a cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
The boy who's going to take the independent. He's going to be so huge. Him and Marty Scurll's rivalry over the next 3 years, I think, is going to be massive, and it's something that's going to pull New Japan and Ring of Honor out of obscurity and into the main focus.
Well, Ricochet, the matches with Ricochet,
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's
all those matches.
difficult to keep up with the matches. There's so much.
Well, there's, I think there's a 16, and they're like 8-8, and he tweeted out to Ricochet, "Come on, we need one more to settle this before you go to that place."
Yeah, because Ricochet is going to NXT apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Ricochet and War Machine.
yeah, interesting.
War Machine will be interesting, I think.
I don't know. I don't think they need War Machine personally.
It's nice that tag teams matter again in WWE.
Yes.
Well, certainly on NXT they do.
I think there's certainly good tag teams on the main roster as well. Whether they're getting the fair shout at it, I don't know.
The
The
Revival-
Usos
the
are
Revival-
finally getting what they deserve, I think.
Yeah.
Usos are getting the Revival, aren't? Apparently, I was reading they didn't have any plans for the Revival. That's why they've been off tail.
Yeah, I really liked Revival, but then
Yeah.
they've done nothing with them.
No.
So.
What was their slogan? All fists, no flips.
Well, that's what I was going to say about Will Ospreay. Come back to the question, was the accusation from maybe the kind of older wrestlers or the traditionalists is that he's just a flip merchant.
But he's
He's
not.
a spot monkey.
He's not the Bucks,
No,
and even if you actually look at the Bucks, actually, they may put in their massive spots, but everything they do around it is fantastic work, and it's the same with Ospreay. They wouldn't have put the IGWP junior on him again if it wasn't. For
I don't
that.
know. I agree in a way. I don't think his match work. He relies too much, I think, on the spots and the high flying.
The question is, when doing the spots to get yourself noticed, fair enough.
Yeah.
But this has worked.
If he was putting a big weekly feud on television,
Yep.
where he had to sustain it with matches, all the rest of it, in WWE and New Japan, whatever, could he pull out the matches to do it,
I think he
to
could.
sustain that kind of...
if he-
in the way that somebody like AJ could.
I
in
see,
the way
I-
that AJ
his
could.
program really-
I don't think so.
I think a good program with him and Marty Scurll, properly week by week by week, is a fantastic feud, and it's where wrestling is going. As much as the older generation don't want to admit it, and that's basically our generation now as well. Our generation is all about, we want to see, boots and blood, really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No, I
Flips-
think he's great.
Flips is where it's going.
Didn't
It's
it-
high flying wrestling. It's moving more towards a traditional Mexican wrestling style than what we're used to of the American and British.
It's everything, though, isn't it? I mean, it's a global thing now. But
Yeah.
I think he's fantastic. It's an interesting choice for the best, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he is probably. As an
He
argument,
stole
he's
the
maybe
show.
the most entertaining.
He was one of the ones that stole the show for me at Wrestle Kingdom.
He's brilliant. I know the WCPW wrestling promotion that's now Defiant
Yeah.
just were putting together their top 10 matches of the year, and they've had. I mean, we saw one of their shows. They've had great people.
Yeah.
Adam Cole and Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio and loads of
Drew
people.
McIntyre was there.
Yeah.
Champion.
Loads
Alberto
of people
Del
have been through there. But they had to put a cap on the number of Will Ospreay matches because they said the whole 10 would have just been Will Ospreay matches if they
No,
for the
Yeah.
top 10 of the year.
I agree. I think he's amazing. But
Give him 5 years, he'll be.
I think he's quite there for being the top star.
Give him
on
5
any-
years,
on any
and
promotion.
he will be the next AJ Styles.
So who are you
Moving
going to go?
moving on from what Kieran's just said, I was about to say AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
It's just he's got everything. He's proved it everywhere he's went.
But where's he
it's
got to
just-
go?
Well, I mean he's 40 now. But
Exactly, but
when you're talking about a top star, somebody that can give good matches with, he had good matches with Jinder Mahal, who's, in my opinion,
He
had a terrible.
arguably stole
Right.
WrestleMania with Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I
in the
know,
opening
with Shane
match,
McMahon.
right. So,
So
arguably.
oh my god, it's a coast to
Like,
coast!
I remember watching this, and I think there's no way that could be an entertaining match against Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
And however, it was.
But I
Same
feel
with
like
Jinder Mahal. He had 2 great matches with Jinder Mahal.
AJ's done it all now. That's him. He's got nowhere to go. And as far as I'm concerned, a top person still has places to go.
You say that though, but when we did our fantasy booking, weren't short of ideas for AJ. We
True.
were talking about Nakamura. He's had one match with Finn, but he could do a program with Finn. I mean,
Do you bump him up to Raw from SmackDown, or do you leave him
I
in
think
the
he's
house?
Mr.
AJ Styles.
SmackDown, but
Yeah.
I think Finn as a champion on SmackDown would be cool.
Then do you take it back to how SmackDown used to be then? Back in when it was the original brand split.
I was just about to say that. I mean, like people like Edge and Undertaker, SmackDown was their show. I
Yeah,
think they could do the same thing with AJ Styles.
yeah. They kind of they need to just decide on what direction they're taking SmackDown. I think it doesn't make sense that SmackDown is kind of Raw light.
Yeah.
It would be much better if it was had its own feel. It was a
Which
standalone
it
thing.
did for a while after the brand split. I
It
think.
did.
It's sort of
The
petered
land
away.
of opportunity.
And I think Ambrose and AJ kind of led that. Although Ambrose didn't quite get over the face. That would have worked better the other way
Yeah.
round, probably. The face and heel. But it was good. It was better. And I like the Talking Smack stuff that we're doing with Daniel Bryan.
I was so angry when they cut Talking Smack.
Yeah.
Talking Smack was a brilliant addition to it.
It was a good way further in feuds and stuff like that. I can't understand why that's been.
I mean, when like Kevin Owens was first
Cancelled.
signed over to SmackDown,
Yeah.
came on Talking Smack and did that whole piece with Shane McMahon.
Superb.
Yep.
I actually, when they brought Owens over to begin with and he was wearing the suit and he was the new face of America, I thought this is going to be brilliant. And they ended it really quickly.
Yeah, they couldn't
Yeah.
get over for some reason.
It was like they just pulled the plug on it, and they went with Jinder, and they've really killed Smack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see them just putting the rosters back together again because it's been poor on SmackDown.
We need another superstar shake-up deal. I
I
think.
kind of thought the last one happened or it was too drastic.
Yeah,
The one
it was.
after WrestleMania, it was like, oh, the brands don't mean anything now. And when it came into Survivor Series this year, I was like, it doesn't matter because all these guys were on Raw this time
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
We're going to get more NXT call-ups as well, aren't we? So
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see who goes where.
Would you put a female wrestler in here as best wrestler right now?
Oh, that's a good shout.
That's a good
Because
one.
I would push for Alexa Bliss.
I kind of disagree with that.
I think Alexa and Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
that's who-
Fantastic.
yeah.
Charlotte maybe in ring tips it, but then Alexa on the promos is better. So
Alexa's started her in-ring work over the past year has improved like tenfold. Especially since she brought in that Bliss DDT. It's just such a hilarious finisher because she's so short.
yeah, I know.
Aye. I think Charlotte edges it just.
She's had more standout pay-per-view matches so far.
Like her stuff with like Sasha Banks was amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks could have been up there if I don't know what happened
It's
to
just
that.
the same with Bailey.
I don't know.
Same with
what-
Bailey, I don't know.
Yeah.
And now they've brought all these other women up that Bailey is definitely just lost in the shuffle now.
Here's a bonus non-point question then. The Women's Rumble, is there any chance that Bailey wins it as
No.
an underdog? That they've actually
You're
just
more
been-
likely Sasha winning it as an underdog than Bailey.
as a surprise, and would that fix her? Would the crowd get behind her if she?
It depends if she
It would-
cheats Asuka out of it.
Well, it would certainly help, I think. Get her.
It looks like they're gonna, or the rumor is they're going to try and get the belt on Asuka before. So,
Oh, right.
so
Aye.
the winner of the Rumble faces Asuka.
Right. See, as far as I was aware, it was Paige that was next in line for a title shot.
Right.
And then they'll put the belt on Paige at the Rumble. Then she'll have to face Asuka.
Because Asuka
And
needs to
Mania.
win the Rumble if she's in it. Asuka needs to win it, really.
Yeah.
doesn't she?
Yeah.
But I think that's why. But Asuka probably won't come in Tony at the end. She'll
What about
do.
the rumours of Ronda Rousey being on it as well?
I'm not too keen on this whole Ronda Rousey thing coming across.
No.
It's done nothing for me at all.
I get a feeling that she's going to be, if she does come up, she's going to get booked a bit like Brock Lesnar, which
Yeah.
would be pretty. I wouldn't help anything, I don't think.
But
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of UFC though, so it's...
The other thing with it is Brock was in WWE and went through developmental and
Yeah.
was an
Yeah.
amateur wrestler, obviously, but was absolutely fantastic at it first. He didn't just jump from UFC into it.
Yeah.
And it is a different skill set, you know.
It is.
I mean, the only way they could possibly book her would be like as a legit UFC person, not cutting promos, not involved in storylines.
Well, it's like,
That might be quite
is it
refreshing.
Sonya
though, you
Deville?
know?
Possibly.
Who's in Sonya Deville, who's in Absolution, who's former like UFC or MMA or Bellator or whatever it is.
There is one of them that's former.
The worrying thing would be that role of the undefeatable monster would be given to Ronda rather than Asuka.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of want to see Asuka there, as
Yeah.
how long that run can go. And if they do bring Ronda in, I guess they could bring her in and just have Asuka beat her. And as a one and done, that would be
Next year, though.
big paycheck.
What's the next big thing for the women's division? Do they give them an elimination chamber?
I think the next the thing they need to do with the women's division is solidify the people they've got.
Yeah.
Because the way they've treated people who have actually got over, like Bailey and Sasha, was really poor. You know, it's like, as soon as they're out of the title picture, they forget about them.
I feel like that same thing's happened with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky, they didn't know what to do with her.
No, I don't know what to do with her. She's
Like,
going to be away filming that Marine as well.
Yeah, she was. But in my head, like, if Asuka wasn't in the Rumble, I'd want Becky Lynch to win the Rumble personally.
Mm.
Well, what I was thinking is, would you bring in a women's tag team belts?
I think they need it because there's too many women in the division and there's not enough gold to go around.
Something there for
the
women that aren't.
Can you sustain that picture? Have they got the depth in the roster currently that they could do that over 2 brands, or would you just have it on Raw?
I'd probably just have it on Raw to help fill out that third hour.
I'll probably just have it on Raw.
Because I don't think SmackDown is another bit.
No.
Oh well, that's an interesting way to finish. I think I'm kind of swithering here because I like the Will Ospreay answer. That's a good left field shout. But I do think AJ Styles is probably the best in the world today.
I went with the safe answer.
Yeah, I think the safe answer takes it.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay, maybe when he holds a massive title, when he's the face of a company, then you can maybe say he's the best in the world. On that note,
I had an honourable mention for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Who I think definitely has the potential to be.
My honourable mention was for Jericho because I was like, after we saw that 35-minute match from a 47-year-old Chris Jericho, it was just unreal.
That's going against having the people that are already at the top.
I know, but that's why I went. That's why I went with Will Ospreay.
But you should criticise my AJ Styles answer.
That's why I went with Ospreay and I didn't go with Jericho.
No, that's good. Oh, there we have it. The first ever winner of the Three Wise Men podcast quiz.
The winner of the Central Belt.
It's good old JR.
Have you still got that Kelly belt somewhere?
I do have it somewhere.
That should be
belt.
That should be the prize.
The last winner of that was my wife Chloe.
Well, we'll need to get her on the podcast so we can win it back off her. But yeah, that's our first ever winner. The Thinking Man's Wrestling Analysis. There from James Ritchie. So, Kieran, do you want to plug our social media that you've set up?
Yes, of course. You can find us on Facebook. Just search 3 Wise Men of Wrestling. And our Twitter handle is at 3WMWPod. So, 3 Wise Men of Wrestling, just search that, or at 3WMWPod. I've got a blocked nose, which makes say W and M a really big issue right now. You can also email us with any questions at 3WMWpodcast@gmail.com.
Well, that's it for the first ever episode. All the best.